Imagine scrolling through your feed and suddenly seeing a headline that stops you in your tracks. Japan sends giant destroyers to the Philippines. It's the kind of news that instantly grabs your attention, making you wonder if something big is happening right now. The post is paired with a striking dramatic photo of a massive warship cutting through the ocean waves, its silhouette bold against the horizon. The image alone is enough to make anyone pause and take notice. According to the post, Japan is transferring its most advanced and powerful naval vessels to help the Philippines patrol its contested waters. It's described as a potential game changer in Asian geopolitics, a move that could shift the balance of power in the region. The story spreads like wildfire online, igniting excitement and hope among Filipinos everywhere. People gather around their screens, eager to discuss what this could mean for their country's future. Friends tag each other in the comments, group chats light up with speculation, and the narrative is clear. Japan, a respected military powerhouse, is stepping in to give the Philippines the tools it needs to stand strong and defend its territory. Sensational headlines use words like giant, powerful, and historic to create a sense of urgency and importance. The language is designed to stir emotions and make the story feel even more significant. The timing couldn't be better. Public concern about maritime security is at an all-time high, with tensions simmering in the region. People are hungry for solutions, and this story seems to offer exactly that. For many, the rumor feels like a long-awaited answer to national anxieties, providing a sense of security, pride, and empowerment. It's a story that taps into deep hopes for a safer, stronger future. The simplicity of the story makes it easy to believe and even easier to share. With just a few taps, it spreads from one person to the next, gaining momentum with every repost. It's the right story at the right time, a perfect storm of hope, anxiety, and viral speed. In just hours, it's everywhere, dominating conversations both online and offline. But is it really true? As the story continues to spread, some begin to question its authenticity. Let's dig deeper and uncover what's really going on behind the headline. The destroyer story didn't just spread, it exploded across the internet, becoming a viral sensation almost overnight, all thanks to the unstoppable force of social media. What started as a simple rumor quickly snowballed, capturing the attention of thousands, then millions, as people scrolled through their feeds. Dramatic images of warships, sometimes completely unrelated to the actual story, were shared widely as so-called proof. These striking visuals made the rumor feel real, even to those who knew little about naval matters. Comment sections overflowed with gratitude and national pride. People wrote, "Thank you, Japan," and "Finally, we have a fighting chance." The emotional energy was contagious, and it fueled even more engagement. This emotional response created a powerful feedback loop. More excitement meant more shares. And as the story spread, social media algorithms pushed it even further, making it nearly impossible to ignore. The narrative was simple, clear, and heroic. Japan, the strong and reliable ally, was giving the Philippines a powerful gift. It was a story that resonated deeply with many, regardless of the details. Most people didn't need to know the difference between a destroyer and a patrol boat. The idea alone was enough to inspire hope and excitement. The specifics faded into the background as the story took on a life of its own. Clickbait pages and content aggregators jumped on the trend, amplifying the rumor and giving it a veneer of credibility. Sensational headlines and eye-catching thumbnails made the story irresistible to curious readers. Once big pages and popular influencers shared it, people assumed it must be true. The rumor gained momentum, spreading far beyond its original source. Each share, each like, and each comment added a layer of legitimacy, turning what began as a baseless rumor into something that felt like undeniable fact. The viral sensation was born from a mix of hope, misinformation, and the powerful mechanics of social media. It was a perfect storm of emotion and technology. But beneath the surface, what was really happening behind the headlines? Was there any truth to the story, or was it all just smoke and mirrors? Now it's time to dig deeper and separate fact from fiction, uncovering the reality behind the viral rumor that captured a nation's imagination. Let's clarify what's really at stake here. A destroyer is not just any ship. It's a massive, heavily armed warship, purpose-built for high-intensity combat and power projection on the open seas. These are floating fortresses, bristling with advanced radar, missile systems, and heavy artillery with billion-dollar price tags to match. They're the pride of any navy, designed for warfare, deterrence, and dominance. But Japan's actual support to the Philippines, it's not destroyers, but multi-role response vessels, large modern patrol boats built specifically for the Philippine Coast Guard. These patrol boats are focused on law enforcement, search and rescue, and ensuring maritime safety. Their mission is to protect lives, enforce laws, and maintain order at sea, not to engage in naval warfare. Their weapons are light. Think small autocannons or machine guns, meant for self-defense and deterring pirates, not for taking on enemy warships in battle. Operating a destroyer requires a huge, highly trained crew, constant maintenance, and a massive budget. In contrast, patrol boats are far more practical, affordable, and easier to operate for a country like the Philippines. Think of it this way: giving away a destroyer is like handing someone a Formula One car. Impressive, but impractical for daily use. A patrol boat is more like a sturdy police cruiser, reliable, versatile, and built for real-world needs. Japan's real partnership is about practical, meaningful support, helping the Philippines police its vast waters, respond to emergencies, and protect its people from everyday threats at sea. The rumor of destroyers suggested a dramatic military shift, but the reality is much more grounded. It's about maritime safety, stability, and cooperation, not escalating conflict. These patrol boats significantly enhance the Coast Guard's ability to do its job, patrolling, rescuing, and keeping the seas safe for everyone. The truth may not be as flashy as the myth, but it's far more valuable for the day-to-day security of the region. So, why couldn't Japan just send destroyers, even if it wanted to? The answer reveals even more about the realities of international defense cooperation. The biggest barrier is Japan's post-World War II constitution, especially Article 9, the Peace Clause. It renounces war and forbids maintaining offensive military forces. Japan's military is called the Self-Defense Forces, with a strictly defensive mission. Laws and policies prevent Japan from becoming an aggressive power again, including strict rules on exporting weapons. Giving away a destroyer would violate the spirit, and likely the letter, of these principles. While there's been debate about expanding Japan's security role, changes have been slow and controversial. Sending offensive warships abroad would be a radical, unprecedented move. Legal and political barriers are enormous. It's not just a matter of generosity. The Japanese government is bound by law and public sentiment. The viral headline was fantasy, not fact. Japan's commitment to peace is written into its constitution. So what is Japan actually sharing? The real partnership is substantial. Japan provides the Philippines with modern, large patrol vessels for the Coast Guard. These ships, like the Teresa Magbanua class, are vital for long-range patrols and maritime safety. Japan's support includes training, maintenance, and technology sharing, ensuring crews can operate the vessels effectively. Advanced radar systems help monitor Philippine waters, improving maritime domain awareness. Regular joint exercises build trust and coordination between the two coast guards. This quiet, practical cooperation is the true story. Less flashy, but far more valuable for regional stability. So how did the destroyer myth take hold? The rumor thrived on image misinterpretation. Viral posts used photos of Japanese destroyers, massive, impressive ships, paired with misleading headlines. Joint naval exercises brought Japanese warships to Philippine ports, fueling confusion. To the untrained eye, destroyers and patrol vessels look similar: big, gray, official. Sensational posts exploited this, using the most dramatic images to sell the story. Once these images circulated, they became the face of the rumor. Even official corrections struggled to erase the powerful mental image. The visual myth was more compelling than the written truth. It's a classic case of how context gets lost online. As the rumor spread, both governments stepped in. The Philippine and Japanese embassies, defense departments, and coast guards issued clear, factual statements. Japan was providing patrol boats, not destroyers. They emphasized the real value: maritime safety and law enforcement. Japan's embassy detailed the actual projects and celebrated the partnership. Despite these efforts, official statements struggled to match the viral reach of the original rumor. The truth was out there, but the myth lingered. Beyond legal barriers, practical reasons made the rumor impossible. Destroyers cost over $1 billion to build and millions to operate, far beyond the Philippine budget. They require large, highly trained crews and years of specialized training. Integrating a Japanese destroyer into the Philippine Navy would be a logistical nightmare. Different parts, weapons, and supply chains. Militaries prioritize standardization for efficiency. A one-off destroyer would be a burden, not a gift. Such a transfer would be a major geopolitical event, provoking international debate and likely regional tensions. If it were real, it would be front-page news worldwide, not just a viral rumor. The absence of diplomatic chatter was a clear sign the story was false. So what's the real lesson here? The destroyer story was popular because it promised a simple, powerful solution to complex problems. But the real partnership, patrol boats, radar, and training builds lasting strength and self-reliance. Japan is helping the Philippines become a more capable guardian of its own waters. This episode is a lesson in media literacy. Question sensational headlines, check sources, and look for official information. The true value lies in steady, patient cooperation, not flashy hardware. Real strength comes from trust, shared values, and practical support. Quiet collaboration may not go viral, but it's what truly builds nations and friendships. That's the story that matters most.